Hey guys, and welcome to an Aspie's Point of View, where I give you my opinion on stuff. So today I wanted to talk about family. My family has always been the most important thing to me, and I think anyone that knows me would describe me as being very family oriented. When I made the decision to move to Texas, I did so with a very heavy heart and with a lot of thought. I went to my parents and I went to my grandparents, and I said to each of them, if you ask me to stay, I will stay. And they all told me to go. Obviously not because they didn't want me around, but because it was time for me to see if I could fly. And everyone always says how proud they are of me that I'm here living in Texas, that I'm independent, and that I'm living a life that I'm proud of and that they're proud of. And while I appreciate everything that they say, because honestly I think we all thought that I'd spend the rest of my life living in my parents' attic, it's hard. It's really hard. And around the holidays, it gets especially hard. And for someone like me who is not just on the autism spectrum, but also has a great deal of depression and a great deal of anxiety, being away from your family is exceptionally difficult. And I know that in dire times, my parents will bring me back no matter what. When my father had his kidney transplant, I was on a plane and I was there, and I was there the whole time. When my father was diagnosed with cancer, I was on a plane and I was there. Obviously, I couldn't be there through all of the treatment, but I was there for a good deal of time to get to spend time with him. And those are important things that you need to be brought home for, and I'm always so grateful that my family has the ability to do that. But other than that, I see my family maybe twice a year. I fly home once a year, and again, it's with huge gratitude to my parents because I can't afford plane tickets home, and they somehow make it work every year. And most years, either they come out here or my best friend comes out here, but someone will make it here to see me. But it is a far cry from what I knew. What I knew was growing up around the corner practically from my grandparents and being down the street from my best friend who is like my sister, and going to see my Nana every week at least, and spending tons of time with my great Nana before she passed. And what I knew was that my family was my group of friends. It was very hard for me to make friends, but I always had my family. And even though I talk to my mom every day on the phone, and I talk to my grandparents at least once or twice a week, and I have a standing date on the phone with my brother every Saturday night, it's not like it used to be. And there are just so many things that I feel like I miss out on. I miss out on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur with my family, sitting around the table, and Passover Seders, and Hanukkah, and, everything that happens that the family gets together and I'm not there. And recently we have tried something new, video calling in, and I get passed around from person to person. We actually did that today. It was my grandparents' anniversary party, and so we called in and I video chatted a little bit with everyone, and it makes my heart smile, but it's not the same as being there. It's not the same as being able to hold their hands and give them hugs and give them kisses. And there's a very fine line for me. I don't like being touched. I don't like human contact. But I love being able to show my love to my family members. And one of the most important things to me is being able to maintain the closeness that I have with them, even though I'm far away. And I've been very lucky in that Matt's family has taken me in, and we're going to spend Christmas with them. Every year in the past, we've spent Thanksgiving with them. This year, I was ill. Matt was ill. Unfortunately, we were at home on Thanksgiving, but still, he and I are a little family. And so, you know, in those instances, I've been very lucky. When I was in the hospital in January, his parents came to the hospital to visit me. His mom actually brought me there and took me home when they discharged me. I have people here, but it's not the same as having your blood relatives right nearby, that if I get the decision in my head that I want to go see my uncle, I can get in the car and go see him, or I can call my aunt up and say, hey, do you want to go shopping? And 2 hours later, we're at the mall. It's so different. And it's really difficult for me this time of year just to get through without feeling sad and empty inside, because I know that my family is all together and that I'm away. And even though I made the decision, and it was a good decision, I mean, I never would have met Matt if I didn't come here. It's something that I feel like I thought it through, but I didn't imagine what it would actually be like. There was no way to imagine what it would actually be like until I was actually here. And I feel like I took for granted that I had this tight-knit family that you could just kind of go see and be around and talk to and love, and a lot of people don't have that. And I did, and I knew nothing else. And so I always just, I grew up with the idea that all families were like that, and in my picture perfect world, even with me moving, that wouldn't change. And unfortunately, it did change. I mean, like I said, we still talk on the phone, we try to video chat, but it's not the same as being able to go over and just give them a hug and kiss and tell them that you love them. And so I guess the point of this video is to say, A, that my family is just absolutely amazing, and I want to thank them, because I wouldn't be the person I am without my family. B, I couldn't have imagined what a move like this would have actually done until I made the move. And while I'm proud of all of my accomplishments since I got here, I miss my family and I'm homesick, and that's okay. It's okay to feel homesick, even if you have friends and you have family that's close by. It's okay to feel homesick. I've been here almost 6 years, and I get homesick all the time, and that's okay. And see that having your family is something you should never take for granted, because I was so used to it that when suddenly I didn't have them right nearby anymore, it felt like the ground was just ripped out from under me, and I still to this day haven't fully found my footing without them being nearby. And the very last thing that I want to say, and then I'll end this video because I'm sure it's very long. I don't have a clock that I'm looking at, but my family is so incredibly close that when my dad had his kidney transplant, my aunt, my mom's sister, donated her kidney to my dad. And that's something that I am eternally grateful for. It's something that I feel is just, it's something that nobody can ever thank her enough for. She is my hero. She always says that she didn't do anything heroic, but she did. And it shows you how close my whole family is, not just that I'm family oriented, but that my whole family is so close with one another that even from different sides of the family, they'll come together to help each other. And from the bottom of my heart, I love my family. And so as you go into the holidays, please hold your families close. Love them, hug them. If you are watching my videos and you are autistic and you don't like to be touched, don't hug them and kiss them, but do something that shows them how much you love them and how much they mean to you, because you never know when that family dynamic is going to change. And I wish that I had taken more time to absorb every moment that I spent with my family, because it was such a habit for me that it didn't feel like anything special. And now each moment that I spend with them, when I do get to come and visit, I want to just take in and remember forever, because I don't get to see them very often. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate and wherever you are. Love your families and hold them close. Until next time, this has been an Aspie's Point of View. Good night.